You take a pencil or whatever and stuff and rub it, and the letters would come off. And so that's a technique that designers and artists would use, and comic artists would use it too, for putting titles and stuff like that. And then there's a company called Zipatone that came out with tones, so that you could buy grays, like a light gray or a dark gray, or various patterns, and then you could cut these out and use them in your comic, and you could use them for backgrounds, or you could use them for color of certain things. Well, they went out of style when the computer came on, because people could get these textures in computers, but now they're coming back in style because of comics, because of you guys. And they're going crazy with what they're doing, because they're not only doing these kind of radiant lines, and they're coming out with the moon, and now they're coming out with trees, and they're coming out with cityscapes. In some ways, they're more detailed than you might. They still have the grays, the various grays, but then also they have lines, and then they have blotches if you need some blotches, or if you need holes, they have holes, and, or if you need something that looks like the edges of a forest. But say you've done a sketch and you have some figures, and you want to have some trees in the background. Well, the way you use these is, I have some X-Acto knives over there, and you can, we have to open the package, figure out a way to open it. But normally what you do is use the light table and say, take, these are all self-adhesive, but say you lay down your comic and you need a section like this, out of this design, and so you cut out the basic shape. See, I'm not cutting. I'm sort of cutting through the top layer and not the bottom layer. And then you have this, and it has a kind of a light tack on it. But then you could lay it down on your frame and then cut it to fit, right? Or if you wanted to cut around somebody's head, and then this was in the background, or around a car or whatever. And then you just press more on the part you want to leave, peel off the other part, and it stays. So there's some X-Acto knives over there by the light table, and then I'll leave these, maybe I'll leave them here, it might be easier. But always be careful with the X-Acto knife, put the lid back on, and be careful where the X-Acto knife is, because as we're now getting past later hours, you may grab the X-Acto knife thinking it's your pencil.
Or toothbrush.
Or toothbrush, yeah. Oh boy, we're really getting into trouble now. Where's my toothbrush? I'm trying to.
Do you have any sleepwalkers?
Yeah. If so, they're in charge of the operation. While the rest of us.
All right.
Okay. So, any questions you have? Also, the press type is kind of fun, because you may want to just use. I don't have a lot of letters, so you can't really do a large sentence, but say you wanted to use it for titles, or you wanted to use it as on a sign, where you want something that looks kind of mechanical. Any questions about that? And then I have several of these self-healing cutting things, so you can take one of these to your table. This one is light translucent, so you can set it on the light table, and that helps you kind of see through layers. And then, like I said, the X-Acto knives are around here. Okay?